When the elect lady turn her back on the Lord, I'm going to tell you what you do. You just keep on building. Can I get a witness in here? You don't let people control the stroke that you have. You don't let the church mother, you don't let the church evangelist stop you from using the hammer, using the screwdriver, using the nail. Can I get a witness in here? Let them laugh, let them talk about you, but keep on building. Touch your neighbor and tell your neighbor, keep on building. You ain't touched them, you're looking at me. Touch them and tell them, keep on building. Hallelujah. I know you're wrestling with some things. Hallelujah. I know you're dealing with some things. Hallelujah. I know you're dealing with negativity. I know you're dealing with paying the bill. They're working and they won't help you. I know you're dealing with weed in your house. I know you're dealing every time you tell them don't park there, they're parking in your spot. I know you're tired of everybody being in your house, but you got to keep on building. You can't let them wear you out. You can't let them wear you down. You're living with a mean spouse, a rebellious child, an alcohol loved one, but you got to keep on building because God told you to build. You're the only one in your house saved. You're the only one singing. You're the only one praying. You're the only one preaching. But tell your neighbor, just keep building. Don't stop. Just keep building. Don't stop. Just keep building. Oh God. Hey! My God. Hey, glory. You got to remember now, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Those once that were sanctified now tormenting you. The Bible say that the sins of Sodom and Gomorrah tormented Lot's soul daily because of the filthy conversation of the wicked. But he still, hallelujah, because of the attachment that he had with his wife and because of her attachment she had in Sodom and Gomorrah, he couldn't do the right thing. But thank God, God knew his heart. I don't know who I just psychoanalyzed, but I'm here to tell you, you don't have to leave. All you got to do is have a pure heart before God, because God knows how to deliver the righteous. The Bible said that Abigail was married to Nabal. He was a foolish man, and when David was on his way to kill him, it was Abigail that went to David and told David, Nabal is his name and foolishness is all in it. He cussed out the servant and I got to go and fix it. He get against the bill collector and I got to go and fix it. If you've been fixing things for a while now, you ought to be used to it right now. I ain't got no help in here. I don't know what's wrong with believers that can't even take a good old fashioned cussing out. Touch your neighbor and tell your neighbor, you've been cussed out before. Oh God. Yeah, hey. If you've been there, if you've done that, you ought to become nullified to it. You ought to be like Betty Wright after the pain. Honey, when pain have hurt you, you become used to it. You develop calluses to it. Can I get a witness in here? Because every round goes higher and higher. You go above liars. You go above thieves. You go above negativity. You don't let them pull you down, but you want to take wings and fly away. Oh God. Hey, yes, Lord. Are you listening to me in here? The Bible says that God determined when he brought judgment on the earth. He said 120 years later, I'm going to declare destruction. So now you're complaining because you're going through for 3 years. You're complaining because you're going through for 8 years. You that are watching me are complaining because you've been dealing with it for 15 years. Noah dealt with the negativity from believers for 120 years that turned their backs against God. And there's nothing as worse than a believer that turned their back against God that become critical to a believer. Can I get a witness in here? Because they know where your weak spots are. They know where your cracks are. They know where the bodies were buried. And so they quick to judge you. But if you still got your hand on the plow, if you still working the wheel, you can look at them and tell them, you can't judge me, I can judge you, because he that is spiritual judges all things, but yet he himself is rightly judged by no one. I'm still building what God told me to build. Can I get a witness in here? So for 120 years, Noah put up with their foolishness. Lord put up with their ridiculous ways, but he kept on building. He kept on building. 120 years, God subjected him to a group of individuals that said there was a part of his ministry but didn't tithe. 120 years, he kept on building. Pastor, people are assigned to you. They'll be there to make your day hard and rough, create ideas and make you spend money, but won't fund the ministry. I ain't got no help in here. But you got to keep on building because God said keep building. One reason why God told Noah to keep building, because God told Noah it's going to rain. Go touch 3 people and tell them it's going to rain. In other words, it's going to come to pass. If God said it, it shall come to pass. If God commanded, it shall come to pass. If God spoke it, it shall come to pass. Oh God! Hey! Yes, Lord! Yes! Yes! That's why you can't become weary. That's why you cannot become tired. You and yours got to continue to do it. You got to do it if you got to do it all by yourself. Because if you keep on building, after a while, God will prove that he's in your life. God will prove he spoke to you. Because the day that it rained, the Bible declares, God told Noah to enter the ark. What you're doing, God is saying, you've been kept. Your love, your patience, your faith is keeping you. You're building your own ark of safety from the wicked. Clap your hands. Oh God. Come on, stand on your feet. I got to quit. Hey, Lord.